Hi everyone, we warmly welcome our viewers. We have a very good conversation with one of our brilliant students, and she is a teenage student, but she is full of confidence, and she speaks confidently and fluently, and she's been our student for the past 8 months. So we have the opportunity to have a conversation, a video conversation with her. So let's have a conversation with her. Tahreen, how are you?
I'm fine.
Fine, happy? Well, what's happening nowadays?
Nothing much because life is quite boring nowadays because no online classes are postponed and schools are also closed. So we do not have to go to school and no online classes, so we are just sleeping and then we wake up late and nothing much is
Okay, right. Well, how long have online classes been in suspension?
it's about 1 month.
1 month, right. So had you been informed that your online classes would remain suspended for a month?
Yes, we were informed that our online classes will be postponed for 1 month.
I would like you to introduce yourself to our viewers, right? Our viewers, want to know who you are and how long you have been here with us at the English Language Club, understand? So kindly introduce yourself to our viewers.
I am Tahreen Fatma and I study in St. Joseph Convent School. I am a level 8 student and I've been learning English here for 8 months. And since I joined here, my English started to improve and I can speak confidently now and I can even speak fluently.
Right. Well, you see, a majority of people are wearing masks, understand, and I want to know, why are they wearing masks? What's wrong?
Because of the coronavirus that is spreading really quickly.
Right. Well, it's coronavirus.
Yes.
Right. So can you tell us where it originated from?
As far as I know, it originated from China.
Right, and it spread to other countries as well.
Yes.
As well, right. But I think the international community did a lot to contain its spread, to control its spread, understand. But despite their, efforts, it spread to other parts of the world, other countries. Why?
Because like the people are going, as soon as they knew that there was virus in China, people of China started to go to other countries, and they must have got a little bit of virus, and then they spread it in the whole country.
Right.
I think so.
Right. I think it passes from one person to other, understand, and it is called I think contagious.
Yes.
It is contagious, transmittable.
Yes.
Right. But I think it is said that if we comply with SOPs, we can stay safe from it, understand. The government has responsibly, given guidelines to people, through different platforms, understand, through media, understand that compliance with the SOPs is very necessary to stay safe from this pandemic, that has already claimed billions of life in the world.
Yes.
Understand? So why are people ignorant to government's, repeated appeals?
In the first wave of coronavirus, not much people were affected with the virus. So other people who were not affected with the virus started to think that this virus is fake, and they did not follow the SOPs and all that. And as soon as the virus got a little bit lower, they thought that the virus is gone. But the second wave of virus has got many people, and it is spreading really quickly. And still, the people who have not got the virus are thinking that there is no virus.
Right, and I think it particularly affects, elderly people.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
People with asthmatic, problems.
Yes.
Understand, they are, a victim to this pandemic.
Yes.
Right. So we were talking about, compliance with the SOPs, right? Lots of people say that, following a social distancing is not possible. Understand? So why isn't, following social distancing possible? Why?
Because people love to like join together, they love to be casual with their friends and all that, and they cannot like as far as I am, I cannot make out a distance from my mother. As she has coronavirus, it's really hard to make a distance from a person, and a 6 feet distance is really hard, because I've gone through this and this is not so easy.
Right. Well, you know, most people are afraid of this pandemic, understand, and they, you know, consider it fatal, and it is fatal, understand. But I think by complying with the SOPs, we can keep this, you know, coronavirus at bay, and we can stay safe from it, understand. So why do people think that compliance with the SOPs is not possible or is difficult? Why do they think like this?
As I already mentioned, that the people still think that the virus is fake, because Baldia has a lot of people who do not think that the virus is there, and that's why they do not follow SOPs. That is why they get the virus.
But you know, this virus has claimed lots of lives, millions of lives in European countries, understand, in America and in you know, other parts of the world, understand. But still, as you say, that lots of people don't believe that it exists.
Yes.
Understand? You say that people believe that coronavirus doesn't exist. Understand? So they think it's imaginary. Understand? And it's you know, false. It doesn't exist. Right? So how can we make them believe that it exists and it affects people very rapidly? How can we make them believe?
Okay, so even after my mother got the virus, they were still like, no, there's nothing, and she must have fallen sick, and she must have got poison or something. Not poison, but that food poison. And they used to make up stories that she must have got this, she must have got that, and it is not really the virus is fake, we do not believe in the virus doesn't exist. But like people, I mean, do not understand, and I don't think they will understand. But I think they'll only understand if they'll get the virus themselves. But I'm not saying that everyone should get the virus. I don't want everyone to be sick.
Okay, lots of people believe that it kills, coronavirus kills, understand, and there are slender chances of survival of an infected person infected with coronavirus, understand. I think they are afraid, and that's why they don't report, you know, this problem to concerned authorities, because they think if they reported, you know, this infection to the authorities concerned, they could be forced for hospitalization. Is that true?
Yes, because like as far as I know, people do not even, like as I already mentioned, they do not believe in the virus, and because they do not report, because they'll say that everyone will come to our house and they will say that this area has the virus, and that everyone will be isolated and will be like strictly told to be follow SOPs.
Right.
So I think that's why people are a little afraid to report.
Right. Well, you just said that your mother was infected with coronavirus, and she remained, you know, bedridden or isolated, understand,
Yes.
in order to nurse, you know, this infection. So tell us, how did you people come to know? How did you people find that she was infected with coronavirus?
She had the symptoms for 2 days, and we were like, she must have gotten a little cold. We gave her the medicine. It's not that we didn't take care of her. We gave her the medicine. We used to take care of her also, but we did not think that she must have got the virus. And one night, when me and my mother were just enjoying at night, we were waiting for father. He was gone somewhere. So suddenly my mother was like coughing really badly, and the coughing like slowly started to grow, and it came at a point that my mother was not able to breathe. So I had to call my father, and then my father had to rush home, and then my mother says, my mother heard from someone that if we take a steam of cloves, it makes your breathing easy. So she did that. I mean, I added some cloves in hot water, and she took that, and because of that, she was able to go to the hospital, or she would have not been able to breathe.
Right, some people, you know, afraid of it because they think that a coronavirus a patient is incurable, understand, and that's why, you know, they avoid, you know, contacts, understand, with the people infected with coronavirus, understand. So what do you say, should a coronavirus infected person or patient should immediately go into self-isolation to avoid further spreading it?
Okay, as I know that coronavirus has many types, because if someone gets the really severe one, that person dies, but I've not seen anyone getting that virus yet. And I don't want anyone to get it.
Right.
And there are other viruses also, and my mother got the mild corona, and it's not that big corona. And as soon as you think that you have been showing symptoms of coronavirus, you should quickly isolate yourself for 14 days, and then you should even get yourself checked.
So are you saying that hospitalization of a coronavirus infected person is not necessary, and if
as soon as you do your self isolate, it's not really necessary. If you follow the SOPs and you isolate yourself if you show the virus symptoms.
Okay, well, going back to social distancing, I personally think that observing social distancing, I think, is to some extent not possible, understand, because we have to carry out our routine activities. For instance, people have to go to market, understand, for getting food stuff, understand, and then then commuters, they have to go to their workplaces, understand. So social distancing, I think, is rather impossible. Do you agree with my opinion?
Yes, I totally agree with your opinion that social distancing is hard. But if you have to protect yourself and your loved ones, you have to do it.
Right. But protecting one's hands and one's nostrils by use of face mask and protective gloves, I think is possible, and we can contain and minimize the risk of contracting coronavirus by following these two SOPs. For instance, by wearing face mask and protective gloves.
Yes, we should apply face mask and protective gloves, and we should even maintain the social distancing, because social distancing is mandatory, but I personally think that it is hard, but we have to do it.
Well, I myself say and strongly say that social distancing is necessary, understand, but at the same time I say that it cannot be practiced. It can be practiced, understand, because we have to do lots of things, understand. We have to go out, understand, in connection with the educational activities, our professional working activities, understand. So I think staying indoors all day, understand, is not possible. It's not possible. But we should avoid contacts with those who are affected or infected, understand, with coronavirus.
If you have to go out of your home, if going out of your home is compulsory, if you have a job, so what you can do is you can wear gloves, you can wear a mask, and you should maintain the social distancing.
Understand that its spread is intensifying, understand, and people are being advised to take precautionary precautions, understand. So what do you say, will educational institutions reopen as the government has announced?
My mother got a notification that the schools will open at 25th January, but I did not get it, and my mother was like, you have to go to school, and I said, I have not get the notification yet, but as I know, and as my father is saying that schools will not open because coronavirus is spreading really quickly. The spread is really intense.
All right. Well, school-going children, I think they are not as vulnerable, to this COVID-19 as the elderly are. Understand? So, do you have a word of advice for children? I mean, particularly school-going children, understand, to stay safe from this COVID-19. I mean, this pandemic.
Primary children are not called to school because of not catching the virus. As our teachers told that they're not called to school because as they're children and they keep on touching the mask, and if the virus is stuck on their mask, is not gone inside, and then they keep on touching their mask and they get the virus on their hands, and then when they eat lunch or do something else or shake hands with someone else, so the virus spreads.
Right. So the guidelines.
Children are always fidgeting with their masks.
Oh yes, you're right. But yes, we should avoid fidgeting with the masks. You're right to understand. But at the same time, the medical guidelines, they enjoin us to wash hands. Understand for I think 20 seconds. Understand or so. Understand after each meal. Understand and after every 30 minutes. Understand. But yes, do you think it's possible to wash hands after 30
yes,
minutes?
It is possible.
It is possible, but it takes
yes,
a lot of time.
Yes. I mean, it is possible, as I already mentioned. I mean, 2 or 3 times, that if you love yourself, if you don't want to get the virus, if you want to stay as healthy as you are till now, so you have to do it.
Okay, right. Well, the world today stands adversely affected by this, COVID-19. I mean, this, pandemic. Understand. So, what do you say? Should we pray, wholeheartedly for the world? Understand, because the whole world is, affected, and I think everyone's heart bleeds. Understand, because the world has suffered and is continuously suffering. Understand, I think we hear of lots of coronavirus related deaths almost every day. So what do you say, what should we do, or what can be our contribution towards saving the world from this pandemic, or at least minimizing the risk of getting infected or affected by coronavirus? What should we do?
We cannot remove the virus completely, but we can minimize it.
But we can raise awareness. Understand,
yes.
because as you said, lots of people don't believe in it. They think it doesn't exist. Understand, so it exists, because the evident proof is that it has already claimed lots of lives across the world.
Yes.
Understand, but still, as you say, people in Pakistan or across the world, lots of people, they don't believe it exists. Understand, so I think they should study the situation around them, around the world. Understand, and then I'm sure they will have belief in it that yes, it exists.
Yes. Because people around the world are all suffering, and as I already said, we cannot remove the virus completely. We can minimize it, but the one who can remove the virus completely is Allah. So we should pray to God that we should pray 5 times a day. We should offer 5 times namaz every day, and we should pray to Allah. We should read Quran, and we should pray to Allah that this virus is this virus should be over, because of the pandemic also some people are getting affected.
Absolutely, I am proud of your this advice. Understand, because Allah sends problems and He addresses them.
Yes.
Right. So this pandemic is a test. Understand,
yes.
And inshallah, through collective and concerted efforts, I'm sure that we will be able, understand, to tackle this pandemic, and the world will be able to regain its peace, prosperity, understand, and wholesome atmosphere, environment in the days to come. Understand, so I am so happy, right, for this conversation. Understand, and I admire you for your confidence, right, and we hope that we will have more conversations in the days to come. Right? Yes. So do you have a message for?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. Yes. So जब मैं यहाँ पर कोचिंग सेंटर में नहीं आई थी, जब मैं पहले कोचिंग सेंटर में पढ़ती थी, वहाँ पर मुझे वर्ड्स रटाए जाते थे और वो मुझे बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं लगता था. जब मैं इस कोचिंग सेंटर में आई, मुझे 1 मंथ हो गए हैं मुझे यहाँ पर, और यहाँ पर मुझे वर्ड्स रटाए नहीं जाते हैं. यहाँ पर कॉन्वर्सेशंस होती हैं, और यहाँ पर आने के बाद मेरी ग्रामर में बहुत इम्प्रूवमेंट्स आई हैं. आई कैन स्पीक फ्लुएंटली, मैं बहुत आसानी से बोल सकती हूँ. अब इंग्लिश में ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं होती, और आपकी ग्रामर में भी बहुत सारी इम्प्रूवमेंट्स आती हैं. और मैं सारे वालिदैन से ये कहना चाहूँगी कि वो भी अपने बच्चों को यहाँ पर इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज क्लब में दाखिला करवाएं, क्योंकि ये बहुत अच्छा है. आप में कॉन्फिडेंस आता है, आपकी इंग्लिश अच्छी अच्छी होती है, ग्रामर अच्छी होती है, तो इसलिए मैं ये कहती हूँ कि आप लोगों को अपने बच्चों को यहाँ पर दाखिला करवाना चाहिए.
Right. Thank you very much for your words, understand nice words. So we'll have another, conversation, in a couple of
Yes,
months, right? Thank you.